10 tips to make a long distance relationship work. Hi, everyone. I am Apollonia Ponti. I'm a dating, relationship, and attraction coach for you men to master your attraction skills, build overall confidence, and really get the life that you desire. And in today's video, we're going to talk about a topic that a lot of us find ourselves in. I've been here before, and that's long distance relationships. Also, in this video, I'm going to tell you how to maintain attraction for your long distance relationships, how to keep this long distance relationships alive, and also during these 10 tips, I'm going to also tell you what to do in your long distance relationship. So stay tuned. Number one, I would encourage you to avoid excessive communication, right? So there's a difference between communicating either once a day or every other day, but excessive communication means always calling, always texting, right? Reason being is because this can break a long distance relationship, especially if you're doing it because you're scared of what this person's doing, how this person is interacting, who is she with, who is he with, and it's not manageable. So what happens typically when we have excessive communication, it is hard to keep up with, period. So once either you or your partner limit out the excessive communication, all of a sudden instinctually you think something is wrong. So it's hard to manage and it's hard to maintain. So you want to balance a healthy communication. So your next question may be, Apollonia, then what is healthy communication? Here, I can't tell you exactly how to manage your own relationship. I don't know how your days are. I don't know what it's like, but what I can tell you is give or take. Don't just mark my calendar and mark your calendar and say, I can only text this girl every 2 days, 3 times a week. No, that's not what I mean. I don't want you to do that. So I would encourage you like at least once a day to reach out to each other. That's all you need. Some days can be more where you guys get on the phone call, but don't expect to always just engage with her. I think in a long distance relationship, something that I did was as long as he just said good night or good morning every day, I was okay with it because I was very independent. I had my own sense of independence when we were together, and also so did he. And I trusted him, and I knew leading into number two, our goal is when you have a long distance relationship, you have to have a goal in mind. Why are you in this long distance relationship in the first place, right? A lot of times I notice that people get into distance relationships because it brings them a sense of comfort that someone loves them or someone likes them. Long distance relationships can also sometimes be juvenile. What do I mean? Like maybe we're 16, 17, 18, 19, and we get into these long distance relationships and we're talking to this boy or this girl that has lived in Michigan when you live in Florida, right? I get it. It's because of attention. That's not what we're talking about here. But the juvenile relationships end up happening in our adulthoods too, to people that actually don't get into relationships in the physical form. So they escape in long distance relationships with women or that they meet online, and it becomes this whole just attention seeking relationship. And this is very prominent. And if you haven't been here before or you don't know, that's okay. It's for those of you that have. So I challenge you, for someone who gets in long distance relationships for attention, is to really go out and meet women face to face. Now, I'm not saying cheat on your partner right now if you're in a long distance relationship, but I want you to self-examine, why do you get in these long distance relationships? Is it because this is true long distance relationship? You've seen this person before, you've met in person, now she's moved and so on, or you have a goal in mind, meaning there is a reason why you guys are together, right? It's not just for attention. It's not just to say, oh, I have a boyfriend that lives in Michigan, or I have a girlfriend that lives in Michigan. It's really just to say that I have a woman that I've been with for a while and we have a long distance relationship right now, but I know in about 2 or 3 years, if this all works out, that she's going to be moving here or I'm going to be moving there. It's up for communication. This is something that you guys also have in communication, meaning maybe you're away from school for school. Maybe she's away for school. Maybe you're away for work, same vice versa. And she can't leave because she has the kids. But this is something that you openly communicate about, is about what is your goal of being together. And everybody's goal can be different, right? So as long as the both of you know your goal moving forward, which is tip number 2, this is the main focus point of your long distance relationship. And so number 3 is you want to set some ground rules for your expectations, right? Because a lot of times we have that secret little voice in our head that comes out, the bad angel, we should say, and says, oh, she's cheating on you. Oh, he's cheating on you. Oh, he hasn't called you back and it's 10 a.m., right? So what you want to make sure that you do is you have less expectations and some ground rules. So you're not taking one another by surprise, right? So if you are someone that just needs to know when they come home at night or when they go out in the morning, just to let you know every once in a while, that would be good, right? So what are your ground rules and try to manage your expectations, meaning, oh, she's cheating on me because she hasn't called me in 5 hours, right? Let's manage those expectations. For instance, if you two are exclusive, let's just say, um, it's all right for the other person. Is it all right to go for the other person to go on dates, right? Probably not. So this is something that you need to have that's clear because you're in a long distance relationship. So what is each other's both commitment level in this long distance relationship? Number 4 is you want to communicate effectively, right? A lot of times when we get in long distance relationships, we can talk on the phone so much and it gets boring, right? So this is where we have to get creative. We can watch movies together, we can Netflix together, we can eat dinner together. So start to get creative with one another. I have a client that actually bought the game Connect 4. I don't know if you guys know the game Connect 4, and he played it with his girlfriend when they were on a long distance relationship. He would just put his iPad there and like he would just they would just follow each other on where they put the, I don't know, the pegs, I guess you can call them. And that they would have game night that way. So find things that you can do with your partner to make it fun and exciting where it's just not always just calling and connecting on the phone. And this is something that you guys can do, and something that you guys look forward to. And if you create that, it can really work to the dynamic. And then tip number 5 is I want you to remember that you want to avoid dangerous situations as much as possible. What do I mean by this? So, a lot of times, this is why tip 3 was really important to figure out their commitment level. A lot of times, when we're in long distance relationships, it's probably because of the fact that someone else is going to school and they're going out and doing stuff. So, if your partner is constantly going out, and you're just like, oh my gosh, this person is acting like they're single, then this, of course, needs to be, you guys got to communicate about this, but have the respect enough if you do go out with your partners to relay the message and set the right ground rules and say, listen, I'm okay with you going out, but just make sure that you tell me and make sure that you tell me when you get home. So I feel like I'm part of your life in a distance at least, right? You're not trying to manage them. You're not trying to tell each other what you can and cannot do, but you're also paying attention to their behaviors and so on. And then number 6 is get inventive when it comes to intimacy over the phone, when it comes to your sex life, dirty talk, whatever it is that you guys want. Really talk about little things. I have something in our Master the Bedroom program that is actually a sheet. It's called Yes, No, Maybe List. And it's a really fun list to play as a couple or a partner or someone you're dating to get to know what they like sexually and so on. This helps you keep the jive of seduction into your long distance relationships as well. So, and in regards to number 7, um, I want you to remember that this is the key as well. You want to make visits to one another as often as possible. Okay. Now, if we're not making visits because of the fact that COVID, I know in 2020 and 2021 too, it was really hard to make visits in long distance relationships, and I get it. But now moving forward, the world is opening back up and we're able to travel again. So one of the things that I am saying is not because you weren't able to make visits then, but moving forward, if you're able to make the visit because the country or wherever the state is open, I would really encourage you to plan your visits out. She needs to come, you need to go to her, whatever the case may be, whatever your agenda is. You want to make time to each other so you can actually enjoy each other's company, enjoy each other's time, and mix it up. Because if you're always having this phone relationship, it can put a damper on the relationship. I know with my husband now, we had 2 months where we weren't together, and he had to come and see me, and he was back and forth in France, and I was here. So this is really important. So lastly, in regards to some other tips, is you want to stay honest with one another, even when you're feeling like, I'm not too sure if this is something that I find enjoyable How can we find this enjoyable? Be honest with what's going on in your life. Maybe since that partner is not with you and something happened in your day-to-day interaction in your family, something's going on, be honest with them. Share the stuff that is happening in your life with one another. And then lastly, you want to enjoy your time, not only with her or him on the long distance relationship, but it's really important that you enjoy your time with friends and family because they're your support system through this as well. So a lot of people think of it as like, oh, she's hanging out with her friends so much, but also too, like they're your support system. Just because someone is hanging out with their friends doesn't mean that they don't miss you. So you don't want to lose sight of your family relationships and friendships just because you're in a long distance relationship and you're always glued to your phone, like I said in tip number 1 with excessive talking. So I hope this helps you in your long distance relationships. If you want more help with long distance relationships, I have something completely special for you. It's the 7 common mistake ebook that men make when attracting women. And I don't want you to make any of these mistakes when you are in a long distance relationship. So make sure that you click below right here and get your free ebook. And as always, please subscribe to this channel if this is first time visiting, or if you haven't subscribed yet. Tell me about your long distance relationship below, like and comment, and also, you can continue to watch right over here as I made this special video for you as well. Remember, you are always loved, and thanks for watching.